A young prospect at quarterback looking to snag the starting spot as a sophomore. We talked to Wasatch's Mack Kelson about this upcoming football season. Also, we take you into the point of view of some of the best things to do in Olympic Park. It's all coming up right now on the Scoreboard. Hey everyone, welcome into the Scoreboard. We are in the second half of July and just a few weeks away from football season. We'll get more into that in just a little bit. When we come back, a new face at the helm of Wasatch offense. We talk to quarterback Mack Kelson when we come back. Well, if today is July 19th, that means we are just 24 days away from week one of high school football season. That's right, we are 3.5 weeks away from Friday Night Lights, and we cannot wait. Our first week is going to be a crosstown showdown between both the Park City Miners and the Wasatch Wasps, all taking place in Heber, and you better believe that we are going to be there to capture the whole thing. One of the stories coming into this season is the quarterback situation over at Wasatch with Darius Edwards out. The starting spot at quarterback is up for grabs. One of the prospects is Mack Kelson. Hey everyone, right now we're hanging out with the new Wasatch varsity quarterback in Mack Kelson. And Mack, this is your first time on the Scoreboard. We often have returners come on the show, but this is your first time. You're going into your sophomore season and you're potentially going to be the starting varsity quarterback for this team. How are you doing right now? How's this summer been?
Oh, this summer's been awesome. I mean, we've been practicing a lot, conditioning a lot, and our team's looking really good. Yeah. So everything's going good.
I wanted to talk to you about your journey to become where you're at now. I mean, being a sophomore who potentially will be starting on this team, I mean, that's a tall order to take. And so what has your life been like? When did you start playing football? How did you start out and how did you get here today?
I've been playing football since like third grade. I started off as a running back, and then size, I didn't really have the size for running back and linebacker at that point. I still kind of am undersized at quarterback too. But hopefully my skill is over than my size. I need more skill than size for sure. Yeah. And so I've been playing since third grade. I played running back all the way up until 7th grade, and then I transferred to quarterback. And I've been training with Alpha Recruits and QB Elite, Dustin Smith, he's a great guy, Brooks Ringer, all these guys I've been training with, and I think that's what will make this year good for those guys.
So what made you start at running back, and then what made you transfer over to quarterback?
I don't know. I just kind of fell into running back. I just started playing that, and then I got hurt at running back. And the next year I came back, they just wanted me at quarterback, so I've just been playing that since.
I've seen some of your highlights. You're a very mobile quarterback. Yeah. Is that something that you maybe transferred over from playing running back? I know you were so young, but you probably had some wheels on you.
Yeah, I like running the ball a lot. I like scrambling, so.
Mm-hmm. Who are some of your idols, your football, the people that you looked up to growing up watching football, obviously?
Well, I'm a big Steelers fan. I love Ben Roethlisberger, but right now I really like Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert. I really like Justin Herbert.
I was gonna say I was like Ben Roethlisberger might not be the most mobile quarterback in the world in 2022, but definitely Lamar Jackson. When I was watching your highlights, he was actually the specific player that I was like, he looks a lot like Lamar Jackson out there. Yeah. Is that something that you're planning on implementing this season?
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely want to roll out a little bit. Yeah.
This team has had a lot of drastic roster changes over the last year or so. Lots of quarterback changes. Lots of players coming in, a lot of big players leaving the program due to graduation or whatever it may be. What are some of the holes in this roster that you think are going to be filled this next season?
Well, I think at wide receiver, I think this is possibly some of the best wide receivers we've had at Wasatch, even without La'a and Jaron and all these guys. We have like Carter Bucad stepping up, and he's young too. We got a pretty young team, so I think we'll be good with these next 3 years coming, because we're all pretty young. We got like Carter Bucad, Tavian Edwards. He was Darius's little brother. He's going to be stepping up. He plays Z and X, so he'll be good. Then we have another kid named JoJo Hire. He's going to be good too. He's a good receiver. And then maybe Caden Luke. He plays safety, and he starts on defense. He plays receiver too. So I think our wide receiver core will be really good.
There's a lot of guys, and you've even got a couple here training with you today. Has this been a common occurrence? Have you been training a lot this summer, making sure everyone's prepped and ready for the fall?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'm meeting with the receivers, and my linemen's been doing a lot of work too. So, yeah, this year, I'm excited for this year. I'm really excited.
How is the offensive line? Are you worried? Are you worried people are going to be able to get through that wall?
I don't think so. I think our line's gonna do great. We had that lineman competition with everyone, a bunch of 7-on-7 tournament, and a bunch of people from Utah came. I think we had like 86 schools come here, and our lineman won that challenge out of everyone. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
I think our line's gonna do great, and they're all great, awesome people. So
I would say that's probably the most underrated part of football is the offensive line. No one talks about it, but it's clearly. Sure. I mean, I grew up in LA, and so Reggie Bush. I mean, Reggie Bush isn't Reggie Bush if he doesn't have that offensive line that they had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And so that's super interesting that you mention all that. Last year you were 7-4. This year, a much younger team. Are you expecting a similar turnout in terms of your overall record, or do you think that this team really could end up winning the whole thing?
I don't know. This is kind of our year to figure out who we are as a team, I think, because we're all pretty young. But I think we could be really good this year in the next 2 years for sure. I don't know how far, if that means we're going to be even in our record or more, but I think we'll definitely be on the winning side.
How have you felt about the transition from JV to varsity? Obviously, it's a big step for anybody, but specifically you, who is very young, how do you feel like that's going to play out for you?
I think it'll do good. The transition is the speed. The speed's a little different. And at Wasatch, we do no huddle. And so our coaching staff wants very quick plays. And so that's the biggest change is just the time difference and how fast we play on varsity and the difference between JV and varsity.
How was your JV season? I wasn't here last season, but I wanted to know from you specifically. How did you feel like the JV season went?
So in the beginning of last year, I played just freshmen only. And then the last 4 games, I played sophomore and JV. So I played freshman, sophomore, and JV last year. And then the last 3 games of JV, I started JV. And then, so I don't know. I'm just excited. I've been practicing with varsity guys on 7-on-7 and stuff, but I'm really excited.
For those who might not know, I actually forgot to mention this earlier on, but the reason we're talking to you is because I left out a poll on our social media saying, who are you most looking forward to? And a lot of people actually mention your name. Yeah. And so clearly you're kind of a hot topic coming into this next season. Does that add any pressure to your game?
No, not at all. I don't. I'm excited to just show the people what. If people think I'm good, hopefully I turn out good. But yeah, I'm just gonna try to do my best and hopefully bring some wins to Wasatch. So.
Have you learned anything from previous varsity quarterbacks? I know a couple, one graduated, one is transferred now, but was there anything that you were able to learn from those 2 quarterbacks?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Spending time with Darius, for sure. He's just so smart on the field. He knows everything. He taught me, coverages, what to read. And Coach Roberts, he was a quarterback, too, and both those guys are amazing. They've taught me a lot. So,
what quarterback do you maybe attribute the best IQ to that you see when you're watching the game? I know you said you like Lamar Jackson, but who is, maybe the Peyton Mannings, the Tony Romos, who are able to just read coverages like no other?
Tom Brady for sure. Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
Can you give us an example of maybe something that Tom Brady has done that you went, wow, I gotta put that into my bag?
Yeah, I like the way he is very calm and focused all the time. Like, he could throw 3 picks that game and you don't even know. He just comes back out with the attitude of he's going to go score every time. And so I like that. I try to put that in my game and stay calm, but I like that's what he does a lot. And he just studies defenses, just lots of film and stuff. So I try to do that too.
How much time do you think you're spending per week looking at film during the off season and then maybe in season?
During season, it's a lot. It's probably probably 5 hours a week. Because with coaches, we go over an hour at least of film. So, and we practice almost every day in the week. So probably 4 or 5 hours, and then maybe an hour on my own. Yeah. So.
Have you ever had a Tom Brady-esque drive? Fourth quarter, late in the game, you got to make up 60 yards.
Yeah, definitely. Me and my receiver right there, actually JoJo. Definitely last year against Provo, we had a drive just like that. I don't think we had like one incompletion. I think there was like 45 seconds left, and we had to drive like 70 yards down, and we scored actually. We didn't get to the extra point, but we scored. Yeah.
What motivates you to be the best quarterback you possibly can be?
I don't know. I don't know. It's my dream to go play college. So that's my main goal, is just to go play anywhere in college, D2, D3. I don't care, JUCO. So that's my goal. Anywhere.
Is there any specific
For that.
Is there any specific college that you've wanted to maybe your dream college that you've grown up watching?
Definitely Utah for sure. Definitely Utah, but anywhere. I would love to go anywhere. I mean, anywhere that would love to have me. So, yeah, definitely.
What are some differences or changes in your game that you've seen from JV to this next year? I know you mentioned that it needs to become a faster game. You need to be more comfortable.
Yeah.
You want to use your wheels. You want to make sure you get out of the pocket a little bit. But what are some things that you want to specifically focus on to become a better quarterback in your sophomore season?
Probably getting to know everyone on the team and becoming a lot closer with all the receivers and even the backups, people who are going to be rotating in, because I feel like if we all can just come together as a team, we could be a lot better if we aren't as close, We all just need to come together.
How do you become a vocal, emotional quarterback leader? I mean, that's probably the most important position in the game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you rein in people who might have 2-3 years more experience than you on this varsity team?
Yeah. I don't know. You just got to be a very vocal leader, I think, and bring everyone together, make sure everyone's at practice, hold yourself accountable, hold your teammates accountable. Like, we just got to, kids who sleep in and stuff like that, we got to make sure they're here at practice. And then we also hang out after practice and go lift and stuff like that, and that's what brings us all together. So I think that's a really great way to come together as a team.
It's pretty fascinating. I know I keep bringing it up, but it's fascinating to me to think that just 2 years ago, you were playing in Pop Warner Little League tackle football. And in just about 6 weeks or so, this place is going to be full, and people are going to be looking at you.
Yeah.
I don't mean to put too much pressure on you.
I love it.
But it's exciting, isn't it?
I'm excited. I'm nervous, but it's a good excitement, nervous. Like, I think people are going to be happy with the way we play. I'm excited to show everyone. I mean, I've been looking forward to this my whole life. I mean, college is like the next step, so these next 3 years I really want to ball out, hopefully gain some weight, gain some height. So,
what's maybe a diet plan look like for you to put on some weight and put on some muscle?
That's one of the biggest things I struggle with, is eating a lot, but definitely just a lot of calories and working out a lot, high protein, high calories, stuff like that. So
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the roster. Obviously, it's a pretty large roster. I mean, football rosters are always very large, but it seems like you have been kind of a student of the Wasatch game. You've been around this program for a very long time. Is that something that you've been very close to? Have you been around Coburn and how this offense runs for a very long time?
Yeah, I have. Even last year in 8th grade, our Coach Rob, he started putting plays in from Wasatch, from our high school playbook. So we kind of got used to, I've been used to the passing plays for sure since 8th grade. So I still know all the plays from 8th grade too. So yeah.
Do you have any siblings that played football? I know you mentioned your dad played collegiate sports. Did your mom, what's your family like?
No, my mom was a cheerleader, and then I'm the only boy in my family. I got 3 sisters, and the 2 of them, one of them was leading the state in softball, and one went to University of Hawaii for softball, and then the other one became a hairstylist. Oh, wow. So yeah, Charlie Kelson, my sister, she could have gone probably like anywhere for softball, but she chose not to. But Hannah, my oldest sister, she went to Hawaii and played.
With you being the only son, does your dad feel some sort of special bond to you to make sure that you compete the best you can?
Oh yeah, I'm sure he feels like that. He was always a baseball player. Like, everyone thought I was going to play baseball, but because he went to UNLV, Utah, and he went to UH too. So UH and Utah are my favorite schools. But Yeah, he definitely probably feels a little bit of pressure for me to go, and I feel a little bit of pressure I want to keep that legacy going. So.
Yeah. Your dad's probably had a big impact on you. Do you and your dad go through film and stuff like that? Do you chop it up with him and bounce off ideas from him?
Yeah, I usually go over like just plays with him. I go over, he'll like quiz me and stuff what the wide receivers are supposed to do, like what they're supposed to do and stuff. That's mainly what he does. And then I go over defenses with like Coach Roberts and stuff.
Well, it's super impressive to see some of your wide receivers out here already. It's super exciting. In a couple, as I mentioned, in 6 to 7 weeks, it's going to be week 1. You're going to be playing Park City.
Oh, yeah.
How excited are you for that game, and how do you see that game playing out?
I'm so excited. My first game at home against our rivals. I hate Park City, not even gonna lie, but I do love some of your players. Hopefully, we put up a good game. Yeah, so they're good. I know they're good. I know some of their players on their team, so with Alpha and stuff. So they're gonna be good, but we'll see. We'll see August 12th.
Yeah, you seem giddy about it. You seem excited.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm really excited. We got a lot of skill. So.
Does the nervous and excitement? Sometimes people crumble to it.
Yeah.
It seems like you rise in it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thriving off it. I can't wait for it to come.
Can't wait for it.
I can't wait for it.
Well, Mack Kelson, I really appreciate the time.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. That's awesome.
Now, before we close off the show, let's move over to UOP to talk to Cole Nordman about some fun activities that you can do before the summer comes to a close. Hey everyone, right now we are here with Cole Nordman of UOP. Thank you so much for being here again today.
Hey, thanks for coming out again.
We are so happy to be here. Last time we were here, we were right behind us at the Spence Eccles Freestyle Pool and we were watching a show. Today, we actually got to kind of get into the action a little bit. We went over to the Nordic Flats and I wanted you to possibly just explain what the Nordic Flats is, what we do over there, and what people have the opportunity to do over there.
Yeah, that's the east side of Utah Olympic Park where the ski jumps are located, hence Nordic Flats, right? So you can do a lot of different activities over there. We have our Discovery Zone, which is a free play zone for kiddos that can't really do much when they're too young or too short to do some of the activities. We have our Discovery Ropes course. We have freestyle, extreme zip lines, the alpine slide, and extreme tubing.
And so many people are over there. It's so much fun. How many people typically come here every summer to enjoy those attractions?
Sure. On a typical summer, we'll have anywhere up to 500,000 people come through these doors, whether they're checking out the museums or doing our activities. But throughout the summer, we actually do a reservation-based system for our Gold Pass. So there's only 275 people that are allowed to do the activities at any given time throughout our 2 sessions. So.
And those 2 sessions, could you explain those really quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So our first session starts in the morning at 9:30 and runs until 1 o'clock. So you get 3.5 hours in there to do all the activities that you can fit within that 3.5 hours. And then our second one actually starts at 2 and goes till 5:30.
And so people come, they do that for a couple of hours, but they can also come over here and watch these incredible athletes jump off of these jumps as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely. The really cool thing is you can come up here, watch athletes train every single day for free. Just come poolside, check things out. You can go into the Quinney Welcome Center, check out our 2 museums, which are absolutely free. And then if you want, you can take a chairlift ride from there or do one of our activities.
I want to talk about the different attractions. So we've got the museums, we've got the jumps, we've got the Nordic Flats. So I wanted to ask you, what's your favorite thing in each of those 3 different areas?
Okay, so definitely in the museum side of things, it's the 2002 Winter Games Museum. You get to see all the memorabilia from the games, hear some of the stories, see some of the clothes and everything the athletes wore, so it's a really cool spot. As far as Nordic Flats activities go, extreme tubing all day. That's my favorite for sure. And if I had to pick one out of any of the 11 activities that we offer throughout the summer, you got to come and do the bobsled.
I had the opportunity actually to do the 65-footer. And that was such a blast. You pick up so much speed and you're going at such a steep level. It's incredible that it's available for all these people.
It's absolutely amazing. It's a very unique opportunity we have here in Park City to offer extreme tubing on our landing hills of the ski jumps. If you thought the 65 was crazy, if you graduate up to the 90, you'll do almost 50 miles an hour on an inner tube.
That is unbelievable. And I wanted to ask you, the extreme tubing, there's a lot of snow tubing. You go to different places to go down big hills on an inner tube when there's snow on the ground. But this is very unique. Is there anything else like this in the entire country?
I really don't believe so, no. I think this is the only place you can do extreme tubing like this in the summer on landing hills of a ski jump.
So, Cole, this is obviously much more warmer weather type sports that we've got going on. How long are the Nordic Flats going to be open for?
So we're open for activities until August, and then we'll do some things after that, but mainly until August 14th is our main activity offerings. We have our Gold Pass until then, but we also offer what we call just a jump side pass. It's on Fridays and Saturdays for 2 hours from 6 to 8 p.m. And you can do all the jump side activities in the Nordic Flats area where you were. So you can do the extreme zip line, freestyle zip line, extreme tubing, and discovery course, and even the alpine slide within that pass.
And do those tickets limit? Do they sell out at some point? I know you mentioned there's other time slots that do.
Typically, we do sell out almost every single day here in the summer. So it is very poignant to just point out that we need to make sure you're getting the reservations done online, because if you come up here, you might get denied.
Yeah. And it's fun for kids, it's fun for adults, it's really fun for everybody. It's for everybody, it's for families, really.
Absolutely. We have activities for all different age groups, and even if they don't fit within those ages and those height ranges and weight ranges and everything, like I said, we've got the Discovery Zone down there where kids can climb a little rock wall and do a few things kind of playground style and hang out while mom and dad are up on the ropes course.
Yeah. The zip line, you actually need to be 100 pounds, is that correct?
For the extreme zip line, yeah, you need to be 100 pounds to do that.
Luckily, I am 100 pounds. I got the chance to actually do that. We'll take a look at that right now. Right behind us is one of the biggest zip lines in the entire state of Utah. So I'm actually going to head on it right now, and we're going to take a look at it from my point of view.
Hello. How was it?
Good.
Nice. Can you please do the thing under the right armpit and then the orange carabin?
Thank you so much, Cole Nordman. Really appreciate the time. Thank you so much. That's going to do it for today's episode. We will be right back here on Friday where we get the chance to meet up with another up-and-coming athlete who has big plans for his senior year. For the entire Scoreboard team, I am Blake O'Rourke, and we will see you all on Friday.